Batatas estofadas, batatas finas, batatas fofas estofadas, batatas recheadas, belezas, canalonas. Wow. You know what the heck língua de vaca estofada is?
It's
tongue, my dear.
It's cow's tongue.
Gross.
Welcome back to Portugal week 2. You're currently seeing my grandmother make arroz doce, which can be translated roughly into a Portuguese sweet rice. It's essentially rice, a special type of rice with milk, sugar, and then you top it with a little bit of cinnamon and it creates this really sweet, delicious pudding that quite honestly for years wasn't my favorite, but I've discovered that when you have it warm, it really hits a spot. In the past, I really only had it cold, and I think I've been doing myself a disservice because this was delicious.
Para ser arroz doce, arroz doce.
Tem que ser doce, senão why bother? Otherwise you're just having
Gross.
milky rice.
Milky rice, yeah.
That absorb, because that's way too thick. Not thick, sweet, still way too runny.
I don't know if any of you with grandparents can relate, but sometimes when I try and record recipes that my grandmother makes, it's nearly impossible because she doesn't really measure anything properly. So I feel like watching and documenting footage like this ends up serving me really well because I can look back and kind of guesstimate how much of each ingredient she's added. The next day brought us to Longroiva. At the side of the road, very randomly, is this hot spring that you can dip yourself into, as my grandmother did in her bathing suit, and you just soak and enjoy all the benefits that the hot springs give you. And I just feel like in moments like this, when you're doing something that you really didn't plan for on a trip, that you really appreciate those moments of unplanned joy. I think the lesson of letting go of plans, letting go of itineraries really got reinforced. Just ended up going to this random spring off the side of the road that apparently my grandmother really likes because it just helps her muscles relax. Putting my legs in there, it's fantastic. But I'm sweating now. Grandparents wanted us to come check out their property here. This right here are grapes. Got olive trees, I think, over there. This, I believe, is a pear tree. Yes, I am correct. Forgot to mention too that we finally got a little bit of rain today. That felt immaculate. Hopefully that trend continues. Bom dia.
Olá, bom dia, bom dia.
Bom dia, bom dia.
Bom dia.
Bom dia. I think one of my favorite parts about my time in Portugal, which is probably more vacation mode than the location influence, is just the slower mornings. Today we are making our way to Viseu. And because as I have mentioned to you repeatedly, especially in the last vlog, how hot it has been in Portugal, especially up until this point, we really wanted to do an activity on this day that didn't involve standing in the beating sun. And Viseu has this beautiful mall called the Palácio de Gelo. And I just think it's a great spot to do some shopping. There's a lot of different stores there to check out, familiar brands, new brands, or at least new to me as a Canadian. We're about to eat our pasta salad. I've gotten this every time I come to the Palácio de Gelo, this vitamins place, is to make a custom salad bowl. So there's pasta in here, chickpeas, egg, black olives, lettuce, broccoli, and then I got a thing of Jello and detox tea. I was also filming that little clip of the salad bar and I got told not to film, which I think is the first time I've ever been told not to film somewhere. I totally respect it, obviously, but it was just funny. I'm like, whoops! Don't be angry at me. the rest of the fam is coming with their dishes, so we're gonna get eating. I didn't get much footage of too many of the stores. This is the one called Natura. I had a lot of luck here last time I was in Portugal. This time I didn't end up buying anything from here, but it has a very bohemian vibe to it. So if that's your thing, you would definitely want to check this out. Today we are in Trancoso and we are heading to a fair. It is very busy right now, but this is they have a very big feira here. I think every Friday, my grandmother was saying. So I'm very excited to see if I can find any galo de Barcelos or, I don't know, just random trinkets. I feel like I haven't come across any magnets, or there's like some hot plates I kind of want to get while I'm here. I know. Thrilling stuff. I'm gonna put the camera away though now because I don't want to get shut down. Although I didn't get much footage of the market itself because I didn't want to stick a camera in vendor's face, as I kind of mentioned, it is such a great place to go if you want to experience what an authentic feira in Portugal is like. There's people selling clothing and kitchenware, panos, so tablecloths, purses, shoes, just a ton of things. Very different than shopping at a mall, and I just think it's a fun time to experience. Vendors are yelling to get your attention. People are trying to negotiate prices. It's just a different world. I ended up doing a lot of shopping at the feira. I'll show you some of the things that I picked up while I was here, but this feira definitely is much bigger and I guess more sophisticated. There's just more or better options at this one than the one that was in my grandparents' hometown. So it ended up being great, and the weather for the first time ever has been fantastic. Early in the morning it was 28. Oh, it was great. So now it's starting to warm up a bit because we're heading into noon territory, but it has been such a beautiful day and it is gorgeous here. There's a castle that we're gonna go see, and we're currently stopping right now at this beautiful statue plant area. There's some benches. What is that, pão doce? Pão doce? And my grandmother bought some stuff at a padaria here, so I think we're gonna eat that. Isso pão doce, por favor. Okay. Trancoso is known for their castle, so the walk up to the castle is stunning. As you can see through this footage, it's these tiny streets that have lots of flowers and just beautiful old features. The castle itself looks pretty impressive from afar, but when you go up to it and you actually climb up the walls or go up to this viewing point that they have within it, it is just the most incredible views. I'm so glad we made it up there.
Loser. I don't want to go up there.
Loser. The stairways up to that viewing point can be a little tricky, especially if it's busy, because one staircase takes you up and down. But I mean, like, come on, look at this footage. I think you kind of have to do it if you come to Trancoso. All of that footage you just saw was of us at this high point over here.
Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you tied with Caitlin. Do you have anything else, Matt?
Now, if you have a letter that somebody used,
So the other day we went to a mall called the Palácio de Gelo in Viseu, and I've been at this mall a few times when I visited Portugal in the past. It's just a very beautiful mall. It's kind of built in the way that it looks like a cruise ship in a lot of ways. We did a little shopping when we were there. I didn't go crazy though, because quite honestly, I wasn't seeing like a whole ton of things, and there's a lot of items that I came across that I felt like I could get in Canada. However, I did make a stop at Mango, which now the Bay sells mango, so we have access to Mango. Mango, I believe, is a Spanish company. I bought a couple pieces this summer, a dress, some shorts that I really loved. So my eyes were already peaked towards Mango. And then when I went to the actual store in the Palacio de Gelo, it was great. I found some beautiful pieces and I justified buying them here versus buying them in Canada because the prices for these pieces at full price, not on sale, was so much cheaper than I would pay in Canada. I did end up buying 2 dresses. Although summer is ending and you would think, why are you buying more dresses? These definitely lean more towards fall. Like this one right here, I think is my favorite. I'll include a clip of me trying it on. But it's this dark burgundy red with these white spots. It's a V-neck, it's got these beautiful sleeves, and what I love about this fabric is it's so thin, but it also has just a perfect weight to it that it gives me a beautiful shape without feeling like I'm being squished in. Very flattering, accentuates the curves I want to accentuate, but it doesn't feel uncomfortably close. I don't know how to describe it. I don't like it when I feel like I'm just sucked in by clothing. It was 25.99 euros, not on sale. And I bought a dress this summer from Mango, kind of same fabric, same length, not long sleeve, short sleeve. I actually brought it on this trip. And I think I paid $60 Canadian plus HST, which is 13%. And this is tax included. So it was 26 euros, which is probably somewhere in the range of 30 something Canadian. What a find. I am in love. And then I also got a dress that's shorter, but is more black and white. Again, long sleeve, a little bit of a deeper V here, and the waist is more dropped down. But this would be so good with some black booties. I'm thinking both of these with tights even, once the weather gets cooler, would be immaculate. They're very fall, wintry dresses in my headspace. It's just I would need to make sure that I add tights or something when it gets really cold for them to actually be practical. And the other item I picked up from Mango is this beautiful crossbody. I don't know if the color is coming off as well on camera. It looks like a dark chocolate brown, and it is, but it leans more burgundy brown, and I feel like this is just the perfect size. It comes with the strap to make it a full crossbody. And I don't really have a bag this color in my wardrobe. I'm trying to get better at adding accessories to my wardrobe because I feel like that's where I lack. And this is just a classic style. This is not gonna be something I get sick of. And I like the fact that when I open it, aside from the fact that there's stuffing in it and the cord, the strap is in it right now, it's just one big slot. So this would fit my camera, a wallet, whatever it is I wanna bring with me, because sometimes I feel like when you have a small crossbody, it's not the most practical, but this feels small and functional. It goes with both of these dresses very well. And again, fall, I think this is gonna be something I really lean into. I've been loving my belt bag here, and back home I've been wearing it a lot, but there is something to be said about having something that just looks a little bit more elevated. And then the other thing that I picked up at a store called Springfield, which I don't believe I can buy in Canada, maybe you can ship online, I haven't investigated, is this just basic little sweater. It looks black right now, but it's a navy blue. There you go, you're kind of getting the navy vibes, but it has daisies on it, and it's just a really great long sleeve light sweater. I feel like tucked into jeans, it's great. I like that the sleeves have this little cuffing. It was funny though, when I was trying on this piece in particular, I was in the dressing room with my grandmother and she was trying on some things. And one of the best moments of this trip was seeing my grandmother whip out her hairbrush after she was done trying on clothes and fixing her hair before she left the change room. She's on top of her shit. And the next day we went to Trancoso, where we went to a feira. And at the feira, I didn't buy too much. I think I bought a hot plate, which I don't have with me. I'll have to insert a clip. I did get a little dress at the feira that is pretty basic. It has these little tiny, it looks like daisies on it. I have a thing for daisies apparently. I haven't really shopped too much on this trip. I did pick up a terracotta sugar jar that I'm gonna bring to my kitchen, which is really cute. But aside from some knives and some clothes that I've gotten here today, there hasn't been too much, which is not unusual. I feel like I try and take it easy when it comes to shopping when I'm traveling. Oh my goodness though, you know, I was snooping around in my grandparents' little wardrobe here. My grandmother made some room for me in one of the units, but there are some immaculate coats in here. They don't fit me, but immaculate. Look, if this were buttoned, and it has a strap. I know it's hard to see past the size, but I feel like this would be so cool. My grandmother is so cool. This right here is a staple fall piece. Staple fall piece. I wish I could fit in this. Again, if this were to fit me, this would still be in style today. I feel like this is just proof that if you get pieces that are classic, they can be in your wardrobe for decades, because I know these coats, some of them have been in her closet for decades. I'm having fun.
Eu queria uma feita por mim, para tu ficares com uma recordação da avó.
Okay.
Caprichas?
Yeah.
Mas se quiseres esta também podes mudar.
Okay.
Isso é paninhas que se compram assim, separadas. Depois eu ponho esta rendinha.
Yeah. Você fez este também?
Hã? Fiz.
You did? You did that?
Fiz.
Yeah, ela pode ter esta?
Pode.
Que é uma coisa feita de você.
Sim. É toda de renda, mas pode ter outra mais pequena se quiser, mas espera aí, eu mostro.
Esta aqui tem, esta não tem valor, mãe. É priceless. She did that before she got married.
Depois quando era casada já, isto era da tua avó Custódia que me ofereceu um dia. A tua avó Custódia um dia ofereceu-me estes.
She made this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ainda estava ok.
Ela pode ter, mãe?
Pode, só por ser da tua avó. Podes ter esse, meu amor.
Obrigada.
When my grandparents retired and moved back to Portugal, my grandmother had a lot of free time on her hands, and she ended up doing a lot of this crocheting style. I haven't taken any of these pieces before in the past, so on this trip I really wanted to bring some back that I can really treasure and take with me, you know, throughout the rest of my life. My favorite part of this afternoon was she found one that my grandmother, my paternal grandmother, gave her. You can kind of hear it in my voice here, but I did start crying. She isn't someone I get to bring up on the channel too much because she isn't in the best state right now, but she is someone I have such tremendous love for, and this piece is going to be something I treasure tremendously. We've got another week of Portugal to go, so I hope you stay tuned for some more fun ahead. See you soon, guys.